It's up to Kufav Amid Aleph. We're in the middle of halachas of Kiddush and of Havdalah, and the Gemara continues along those lines. So we're about we're Tanur Rabbanan, we're about 8 lines down. 8 lines down on Kufav Amid Aleph. So my son Moshe asked me yesterday, what's this inyan of making Kiddush on Yayin? Why is it different than any other mitzvah? You know, Kiddush, see, you declare Kiddush. We spoke out like this Zachas Yom HaShabbos L'Kadsho. So we dive in, we declare that's Kodesh, right? B'Sham B'Nei Shabbos, you say it b'Tfilah. What's this whole inyan of Yayin? What is this whole, where does it come from? What's the source? And this is tonight's Gemara, at least the beginning. Tanur Rabbanan. Zachas Yom HaShabbos L'Kadsho. Remember the day of Shabbos to make it holy. What does that mean? Remember the Yom HaShabbos to make it holy. Zachreu ala yayin. When it says l'kadsho, it's mashma to mekadesh it. So zachreu, you go ahead and mention it ala yayin. Ainli ela b'yoyim. Now the Gemara is a little funny, right? It's mashma. When is Iker Shabbos, guys? Ainli ela b'yoyim. Mashma Saturday afternoon. B'layla minayin Friday night. How do you know? Talmud Lema. Therefore it says zacheres yoyim HaShabbos l'kadsho. Now the whole Gemara makes no sense. You start off saying what's the main thing, the daytime. You ask about nighttime, and then you bring a basik to prove the daytime. That's all. The Gemara is all. So the Gemara, instead of saying chsuri mechsera, the Rashbam points out we're being misares the Gemara. We're going ahead and cutting and pasting a little bit. You need a source for how do you know Friday night? What is Shabbos? Adrabba, Ika Kiddusha B'Laylahu Kaddish. As soon as the day begins, the day is Kaddish. It begins the night before. So you don't need to bring a source from Friday night. If anything, you need to bring the source for Shabbos afternoon. In addition, another problem. You discuss the Tana is looking for a source for night. The kanasel they krodi yamama, and you bring a pasuk of the day. Apparently, the Gemara doesn't make any sense. So the Gemara says, "Achikam, you're right. Let's redo the Gemara." Zachar es yom HaShabbos l'kadshay. What does that mean? Zachreu ala yayin b'chnisasai. Go ahead and as soon as you can b'chnisasai in the time of day when it becomes kodesh. Zachar es yom HaShabbos l'kadshay. When the kadshay, as soon as it becomes kodesh. So take it and we remember it. Zachar, how do we remember it? Al yayin and b'chnisa soy. When it enters. There's a machloikas b'shainim. When you come home from shul, can you dilly-dally around? Or you should make kiddush right away. It's the sheet of the Torah based upon this one word. B'chnisa soy. What does b'chnisa soy mean? As soon as it enters Shabbos. As soon as it enters Shabbos, chaparayim, right away. Go ahead and make your kiddush ala kais. He brings a raya from here. And I read about this Mekabel Shabbos early. Whenever you have Mekabel Shabbos early, that's the Zman L'Kadshay. So you should do it right away. There is other opinion that again that you already said it during Kiddush, during Shul, so you don't have to go ahead. But if you want to be Yaitz the day of the tour, the one word at Gemara B'chnisasai, as soon as you make the Shabbos, go ahead and go for it. Go ahead, Rod, and make Kiddush right away.
But that's something else.
Somehow, I don't think it's in the literature world. Now, I never saw it, but I'll go out on a limb and say it must not be in the literature world, and you're, definitely not, right? Okay. Anyway, says the Gemara. You knew it, Yankel. Only ela b'layla b'yoyminayin. Now, that's only during the night, right? B'yoyminayin. How does the dinner of during the daytime? Zachas Yom HaShabbos the kadshoy. Go ahead and it's an inyan of Zechir of Yom B'Shabbos. We'll see in a second. Okay, let's get into this little bit. What's this inyan of wine, right? What's this inyan of wine and pas and kiddush and let's see Taisvis. Says Taisvis Zachrei al yayin the Zechira ksiv al yayin. The lashon of Zechira can be applied to wine. Zichrei kiyein levanayin. A pasuk in Hosea. So this is the Kabbalah. Zichrei, remember it. Kiyein, like the wine, Levanon of Lebanon. Naski. Now this is now Kesuvim and Shirashirim. Naskira the Decha Miyayin. So you see the association of the Shoirish of Zayin Chaf Reish with what? With Yayin. The high Sechira. And what is this Sechira? Hainu Kiddush. That means Kiddush. Now, why isn't it Vayechulu? The Vayechulu loy matzinu ala kais, ala betfila. Vayechulu you don't find because only by tefillah. Kidame b'Shabbos, good. Loy nitkin ala kais, right? We don't want mitakin on a kais. We want mitakin Shabbos. Vayechulu ala kais, fellas. So why do you say it at all? The purpose we our children and our wives who didn't go to shul, right? Now, since we're discussing Vayechulu, why do we say it twice in shul? Why do we say Vayechulu twice in shul? You say it in Shmoneh Esrei, and then we say right afterwards. This is fascinating, guys. Umashe regilin loima Vayechulu achat tefila b'kol roim. That we say after Shmoneh Esrei, we say Vayechulu in a loud voice. Hainu mishum yontif shechaliyos b'Shabbos. Only because of what? When Yontif falls, I said this one. Yontif falls on Shabbos. Shemispalim ate b'chatanu. We're going to say ate b'chatanu. In other words, if Yontif falls out on Friday, and you're not going to say what? The regular Shabbos Shmoneh Esrei, you're not going to say Vayechulu. So therefore, the times that you say ate b'chatanu Friday night, and you're not going to say Vayechulu, then we're talking Vayechulu afterwards. So the whole day, the whole year, the whole reason you say it is for that one time. It's interesting. Why? I said it already in Shmoneh Esrei. You should make a distinction. That's the whole reason you say it. Fascinating. Now, this din of Kiddush, the nearer the Kiddush al Hayayin, asmachtahi. Kiddush al Yayin is an asmachta, meaning it's not midaraisa. It's not midaraisa. That even if you hold Kiddush is deraisa, right? On Yayin it's not. Even if you hold Kiddush deraisa, on Yayin it's not. So you'll think it's mashmitz on wine. Dafka Kiddush hayoyin. That's dafka to say Kiddush. Aval al yayin lo yhave el midrabanan. It's only midrabanan, and he brings the raya from the Sefta Nazir. So there is an opinion that what the Kiddush al yayin is only the Rabbanon. There is another opinion that Kiddush is on Kiddush and yayin is the Raisa. There is an opinion that Kiddush and yayin is the Raisa. There is another opinion that Kiddush itself is the Rabbanon, and you the Magen Avram, and you yoitze with what? With the tefillah that you say by Shmoneh Esrei. You mentioned Kiddush. So again, you go from one spectrum to the other end of the spectrum. So in answer to the question, Moshe, the reason why we go ahead, Zachrei al Yayin, we see an union of what? Of Zechira. Zechira is being Mekadosh Shabbos, and we find the source, an asmachta, either by Hosea or by Shir Hashirim, to go ahead and say it. According to that opinion. That would be a source for this. That's right. Yom Kippur falls on Shabbos. That's your raya. That Kiddush is what is you use with the tefillah, because there is no yayin then. It is in Shmoneh Esrei already. What? Why couldn't they put it in Shmoneh Esrei? I guess that's not the. I guess because I don't know. Okay. Anyway, l'chala pachas l'inyan Kiddush. This again. So the Kiddush is the Rambam Shita is Kiddush is the Raisa. It's I think to walk away from the Masechta, from the Perek, without changing your Kiddush. At least anything you do so customarily is so easy to go ahead and you lose the tatzes of it. It just is. So when I learned this Perek many years ago, I got in the habit, and I'll share it with you. I say simply, everyone should have in mind from the Kaddish Kiddush Sayyid. I say that every I say that all the time, and it gives it's that you don't forget. That's not like blowing your nose l'chavdol. It's like you say it, and it gives it, and then but again you stop and say. I told my females in my house that Vayichulu is for you. And Shavin Sin Vayichulu is Aedis that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. That's what you're doing, Vayichulu. Any girl who attended Prospect Park was lucky enough to attend Prospect Park and listen, knows that, right? Knows that Vayichulu is what I teach them is Aedis, and that's not part of Kiddush. It's not part of Kiddush, and therefore it's very. Zachrei al yain. This is the sugya of kiddush. This is the source. This is the source of
Very
kiddush.
close to L'Shem Yichud, Rabbi. Getting nervous when you said
I don't say l'shem
I
yichud.
know, but that saying is very close to L'Shem
I don't say l'shem yichud, especially not in the 6th or 7th hour. Now says the Gemara. says my father God did this say l'shem yichud.
Yeah?
My father did. My father did. My father was a master on his minhagim.
You learned it from his yeshiva.
No, he never went to yeshiva.
So where did you get it from?
His father. His father, they came. They probably came. They came from Poland. They came from Hasidim. But I see. He davened Sfard. I davened Ashkenaz.
You know your tone.
What?
You know your tone.
My tefillin, I still wear Sfard. My tefillin, I still wear Sfard. Yeah.
Not against it.
Not a Chalmite. No.
No, yeah, I thought you were going somewhere else. You know, the fellow weren't so nice. And you got the new tone.
No. Baruch Hashem. Okay. Anyway. Now, my mevorach Shabbos by day. What do you say by day? Some Rabbi Yehuda, Bari Priya Gofen. You say the bracha, Bari Priya Gofen. You think you say something big? See what? Bari Priya Gofen. Rav Ashi Ikloi LeMechuza. Rav Ashi came to the kind of Mechuza. Omrulei, they were Mechabed. Rav Ashi, the great Amora, the Kachlan Mar Kiddusha Rabbah. Go ahead and make Kiddusha Rabbah. Now we call the Kiddush on Shabbos Kiddusha Rabbah, and there's no din of Kiddush. We said the Gemara the other day. Part of Priya Gofen is not as Kiddush. Kiddush is only Friday night. We call it Kiddusha Rabbah. So why do you call it Rabbah? Is because the bracha of Boy Priya Gofen is said Rabbah most of the time. Therefore it's called Rabbah. It's not called the great Kiddush. It's not Kiddush at all. It's not Kiddush at all. It's the bracha out of Boy Priya Gofen. And really, the lashon of Kiddush Rabbah, guys, is the lashon of Sagina. You know lashon Sagina? We go ahead and we couch things in language. We say Birchas Hashem. It means the opposite. We say Birchas Hashem. It's lashon Sagina. Same thing over here. Kiddush Rabbah is Nishkan Rabbah and Nishkan Kiddush, right? But we call it Kiddush Rabbah. So there's two more versions that I saw. So Amar Michti, Kol HaBrachos Kulam B'Yei Priya Gofen Ami B'Reisha, right? So Rav Ashi figured the following. Listen, all brachas, all of them, we make B'Yei Priya Gofen first. He told me Kiddush Rabbah. Rav Ashi's stuck. He doesn't know what they expect from him, right? But he knows one thing. When it comes to Kiddush, the first bracha you're going to make is what? Is B'Yei Priya Gofen. So what does he do? Amar B'Yei Priya Gofen. He continued a little bit. He bought himself a little time. Chazyalu Saba, he saw this old man, and Taisus and Chulun Davav says that old man is always Eliyahu Navi, right? The Gochem Vishasi, that he bent down and he drank. And others, shine, I was right to Kiddush Rabbah. And he saw, he did it. So Kari, it's like the password in your computer, right? When you forget and you can't believe when it works, you put it in, like, oh, it works, like, I can't believe it. Maybe I'm old. I always, you have that feeling, doctor shaking your head? Yeah. You know what it is? But you're a young man.
I feel better now, or
what? That's what?
This thing makes you feel better.
Yeah, okay. That's why I didn't ask you. Anyway, so Karya Nafshe, he called on himself. HaChacham Ein of Beroshai. The Chacham, his what? His Ein of Beroshai. Rashi liked what he did. That he was able to go ahead and say Kiddush.
Why wouldn't you say that's a Leba Shemayim? He passing from Eliyahu Navi?
What?
He's passing from Eliyahu Navi?
Eliyahu Navi came to save his bacon. What did Torah Leba Shemayim? Hashem did Matayva. He wanted to save an embarrassment.
What was the alternative? What was he going to do otherwise?
Again, there must have been some lashon. He wanted to maybe say the right lashon. That's all. So Ami b'nei Reb Chia, Mishlei Hivdil b'Mitzvah Shabbos, someone who did not make Havdalah b'Mitzvah Shabbos, Mavdil v'Hoylech b'Chol Shabbos Kula. He can go ahead and the whole week make Shabbos. Well, not exactly the whole week. If you look at the Rashbam, 3 lines from the bottom, Ad Revi b'Shabbos, really only until Tuesday. Until Wednesday, Ad B'lei Ad B'Chlal. So the first 3 days of the week is still part of the old week, and the next 3 days are the next week. Yad Kama, I'm going to say Ad Revi b'Shabbos, right? Until Revi b'Shabbos. And Ad B'lei Ad B'Chlal. Kiho de Yosef Rab Zera, Kamei de Rab Asi, Vimilo Rav Asi Kamei de Rab Yochanan, the Yosef Kamar, Le'inyan Gittin regarding, let's say Gittin. Let's say you make it tonight and a get. If you say, this is your get, I'm going to ask that you give me 100 zuz after Shabbos, or this is your get al manas that you'll give me 100 zuz, 200 zuz before Shabbos. Okay, what does it mean after Shabbos? So if you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you're good. That would take care of after Shabbos. Before Shabbos would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So therefore, then you get the Chad b'Shabbat, Trei b'Tilsa, Basa Shabbata, Abba b'Chamisha, Maliyuma, Kamish Shabbata. So therefore, it goes after. Rav Yaakov bar Idi, says Rav Yaakov bar Idi, Avoloi ala or. When you make this bracha, you do not make it on or. You make the bari priyat kafen, and you do not make or. You don't make psalmim. Why would you make or? Says the Rashbam, Avoloi ala or. Im loy birech ala ner bari mari'esh b'motzei Shabbos. If you don't make it bari mari'esh, shuvein mavarich kaf nerali tam adava kidetanya b'makom shenagu. Ein mavarchim by ella b'dleil motzei Shabbos hoil b'tchilas b'yasahu. Since we saw the Gemara earlier, since light was created in motzei Shabbos, you would make it in motzei Shabbos. What about psalmim? So again, you would say the same svara. Since the neshama yisera is only till motzei Shabbos and blew the chance. There's a day. B'samim is a bechas anena. Why can't you make it any time, right? So you could make it, but not in association with Avdallah, right? Okay. Amar Rav Bruna, Amar Rav says Rav Bruna Rav again. We met Rav Bruna. It's good to know he doesn't appear that often, but we saw earlier in Daf Gimel Amid Aleph, guys. Daf Gimel Aleph. If you look at Ani Avdi Ketamidi the Rav, we've spoken about being considering Berchas Hamazon a hefsek that you make a second bracha. And no Avdi Tamid the Rav Bruna of Rav Chananel Tamid the Rav. So this Rav Bruna is what is the Talmud of Rav. The Talmud of Rav on the base, and they said the following: Hanoitel Yodov, someone goes ahead and washes his hands, lo yakdish. Someone who washes his hands, lo yakdish, says Rashbam. Noitel Yodov lo yakdish, ela acha yakdish. Another person should make kiddush, not him. He'll be yoytze de'eschase b'shmiya v'shtia, and he can drink. The ein kan esach hadas. It's not considered esach hadas. Me'achashu atzmai ein mevarech. In other words, he washed his hands for Moitzi, guys. He washed his hands for Moitzi. So it says the Gemara, if he's going to go ahead and make kiddush after he washes his hands for Moitzi, that would be hesach hadas, and therefore he won't be able to go ahead and based upon that bracha, he won't be able to eat. Masha'en kain, if he doesn't himself, he doesn't go ahead. He just goes ahead and answers, "Avalu atzmoi lo yagdish in natal yadav kidei sheyochal al smach netila lofnei kiddush." The kiddush mafsik bein netila achila, because kiddush is going to be a mafsaka between washing and eating. Avikesach hadas uboyin netila achrita basa kiddusha. And he'd have to wash his hands after Kiddush a second time. They take it in the Til Shidayim Suda, because immediately after this time is the Suda. Kiddush. What about washing hands for Kiddush? What about washing hands for the wine? Kiddush loy boy netila da noitel yod of the peiros harisem megasia ruach. Gemara we saw in brachas. It's in Chulin. If someone washes his hands for peiros, like he's such a he's gonna. Like such a mafunik, not a mafunik, but balgaiva. He's a balgaiva pashit. So therefore, to wash your hands for yayin, which is considered Paris, you don't do it. For hakamash malan, the netil lefnei kiddush eina oilaloi. The netil lefnei kiddush does not help for the pas. Lefika yakdish tchila. First, therefore, you make a kiddush first. The achach metal yodam, then you wash your hands. Okay, so now it's I called up my mechutin today because he's an expert in Yekasha halacha because what? Okay, so now if you're making in truth, if you're making on the pass, it's not a problem. If you're making a problem, again, it's like, in fact, I'll read you a very interesting halacha. Let me just stop this for a second. Yeah, well, listen to this. Reish Ayin Aleph Simin Yud Beis. Acha shekidesh ala kais. After you make kiddush, noitel yadav, you wash your hands. Umavarech al netilas yadayim. The noitel yadav koydem kiddush. If he washes his hand before kiddush, goli daite, he's megalis das the rifta chavivale. So, BMS, we're going into this Gemara too early. Let's finish the Gemara. You guys jumped the gun and you got me going. Okay, I always blame somebody else. So let's finish the Gemara and then we'll see the I'll blame you the chassid. The chassid is asking about Yekish. Now says the Gemara. So Naitel Yadav like Yagish, right? A person who washes his hands should not make Kiddush because of Hesach Hadas. Amul Rav Yitzchak bar Shmuel bar Marta. The Kati Leinoach Nafshe the Rav is still not Nifta. And Shachninu L'Mishmait says, and you're forgetting a sugi that he taught you. You're Rav Bruna. You want to come into the Rav, right? And you forgot the following. Zimnin Sagiyin, how became the Kamei the Rav. Zimnin Chaviva La Rifta. He would wash his hands. And sometimes Chaviva La Rifta. Mekadesh Rifta. Zimnin Chaviva La Chamra. Magdash Chamra. So you see, Kiddush goes after the Netilas Yadayim. In other words, he would wash his hands. Guys, listen what he did. And this is going to answer your question. He would wash his hands. And then he decide what he would make Kiddush on. Would he make Kiddush on wine or Kiddush on pas? And even if he made Kiddush on wine, he would not go back and wash his hands again. So that's the source for the Yekis. Beforehand, he washed his hands, he made a Tos Yadayim, and he decided somewhere when he's going to make Kiddush. So you see that what? It's not Hesach Hadas. Because if he made Kiddush on wine, then he would have to go back, according to the Gemara, right? According to the Bruna, and make another bracha and wash again.
Even the Yekif, the one who makes Kiddush is not washed. Everyone else washes.
Again, I don't know. I don't know what they do. I mean, I married one. I was in the lake house. That was the closest I got to Germany. I was in the lake house. So aside from that, I wouldn't. Okay, listen. Okay, so now, after you make Kiddush ala kois, noitel yadav, you wash your hands, umevarech al netilas yadayim. Now, v'imnatel yadav koidim Kiddush, if you wash your hands before Kiddush, goli daite, the rifta chavivale. He's megalas das, that obviously bread is more chaviv to him, or else why do he wash his hands? V'lo yagdish ala yayin el ala pas. And therefore, you should not make Kiddush and Yayin only on Pas. So that's the Yesh Oimim, the Chatchila, Yesh little Yod of Koidim HaKiddush, Ulakadosh Ala Yayin. This is the Ramah. The Yesh Oimim Hagah, you should wash your hands even before you make Kiddush on wine. That's what he says. V'chein haminik poshit b'Medina Selu. In Ashkenaz, there's Medina poshit to wash your hands for Yayin, to get the Yekis. They would wash their hands on wine for the wine and Kiddush, and then this is the source for the Yekis, I guess. They would wash their hands, they would make Kiddush on wine, and then they would make on, and this l'chayr is mefurish Ramah like the Yekis. The English shanos, you shouldn't change this minig. Rak v'leil Pesach, where you're gonna all the hefsek between washing your hands and magid and everything. So we do rachza. But Silch Pashtus, he's saying exactly like the Yekis. You wash your hands, you make Kiddush on wine, and then, but that's what he says. Now, what about, so, now what do we do with this Ramah? Guys, why do we do with this Ramah? What do we do with this Ramah? The Ein L'Shanai says the Mishnah Berurah, the Kama Achrein M'Kosvu, the Tvei Odov L'Chatchila, the Kadesh Alayayin, Koidim L'Tilas Yadayim. The says the Mishnah Berurah, many Achronim say it's better to go ahead, be Mekadesh, and only then wash your hands. Ukedas HaMechaba, like the Mechaber, because then you're avoiding any problem. In some places, the noy like the Ramah, I think he means the Yekis. So again, there's your source. There's your source. The source is for Shalach. It's for Ramah. So in other words, it's not considered Hesach Hadas. It's not considered Hesach Hadas. It's not considered Hesach Hadas. So Nachamo, from the top. Hanoitel Yadav, someone who washes his hands, lo yakdish. Why? Because it's Hesach Hadas. I'll be Slemach on somebody else. So Amol Rav Yitzchak bar Shmuel bar Marta, you Rav Bruna said this thing. The Rav has not left this world yet. And Shachninu L'Shmait saying you're ready for getting a sugya. Many times I became the Kamei Rav. I was in front of the Rav. Sometimes it was more chashav than bread. And he make the bread, so he washed beforehand, and then he make the bread. Even though he washed his hands before. So you see, cham is not what the Kiddush and Yayin is not considered what? A Hesach Hadas. Very good. Gomer Rav Huna Marav. To'am ina Mekadesh. If you taste something, you shouldn't say Kiddush. If you taste something, you should not say Kiddush. That's what he says. That's what he says. We don't pass like this. Now, boy mine Rav Chana bar Chinina me Rav Huna. Toya mau sheyavdil. What's the name of Avdallah? Amalei. Ani yoyim toya mavdil. I say if you taste something, you can make Avdallah. However, Rav Asi Yama toya meina mavdil. If you taste something, you should make Avdallah. Okay, let's see Rashbam here. Says the Rashbam. I'm looking for it. Okay, Toyam, about 5-6 lines up. Toyam, im ochal lo yagdish kol alayla. You hear this? If you taste something, guys, you shouldn't eat the whole night. You blew it. You can't make kiddush. El lamocha koydem suda. So if you taste something before kiddush, they cancel you. That's it. You can't eat. We don't pass like this. So now, what's the reason? So the reason, I saw a few reasons. One, sells knas. They cancel you. You're not supposed to eat before kiddush, right? We saw that. You're not supposed to eat from mincha l'mayla according to Rabbi Yehuda, right? Samach l'mincha, you shouldn't eat. So here you're eating something. They canceled him that you can't eat the whole day till the next day. You got to fast. Okay. Another pshad is that toyim is that he by eating he blew off the zman of kiddush. Here's this man of kiddush. I forgot what he said. I'm not. Okay. Anyways, let's stick with knas. I forgot the other one. Now, ani toyim mavdil. So I said, "V'afagavdil gabi kiddush amina toyim ena magdish mavdala ein lahachmer kokach." By Abdullah, we're not going to be machmer. Okay, let's see back in the Gemara now. So, Rav Yirmi Abba Iklo Lebei Ravasi. Rav Yirmi Bar Amma came to the house of Ravasi. Ishtili, he forgot the toyim midi, and he tasted something before kiddush. Havli kasa b'burim akois v'avdol nimer Abdullah. So Amalei the Messiah said, the wife of Ravasi. If you mash me, he blew it also once a month. Mash Ravasi also blew it, because you didn't do that because you didn't eat. So Hachi Hachi. So Amalai. So Ravasi told his wife, "Shav leave him alone." Rabbi Svirle, he did like his Rebbe, right? Rav Huna was a Talmud, and the Talmud of Rav. Mustami did like Rav. That why you could go ahead and eat. So I'm Rav Yosef Mishmuel. Tom Eina Magdish. Tom Eina Mavdil. If you taste something, you can make kiddush. If you taste something, you can't make Abdullah. However, Rabbi Amar Rav Nachman Amar Shmuel Toya Magdish, and we don't say that he has to wait till the next day, but he can eat right away. But Toya Mavdil, and he can make Abdullah, and he doesn't have to wait till the next day. Amar Rabbi says, Rabbi, we get a psak. Hilchah said halacha is Toya Magdish, a person who tastes something could make kiddush, right? The Toya Mavdil, and someone who tastes something before Abdullah can make Abdullah. Kiddush ber Shabbos, Magdish v'hoylech kol yom kul. Let's say you failed to make Kiddush Friday night, you're able to make Kiddush the whole next day, Ad Motzei Shabbos, until Motzei Shabbos. That's the Kiddush of Friday night. Mishle Hivdil, someone who can go ahead and make Havdalah, the Motzei Shabbos, Mavdil v'hoylech kol Shabbos kula can go ahead and make the whole week, and we said on until Wednesday. Amema pasukli l'shmaitzu the Rava b'hay lishna. Amar Rava, he said it over the following way. Hilchah said Allah is Toya Magdish, that's the same as above. Toya Mavdil, that's the same as above. Mishle Kiddush Ber Shabbos, Mekadesh V'Hoylech Kol Yom Kula, the whole day, right? That's the same as above. Mishle Hivdil B'Motzei Shabbos, Mavdil V'Hoylech Kol Hayom Kula. That's the difference. He said, what? Kol Hayom Kula, and not until Wednesday, only until Sunday. In other words, he said that Sunday is an extension. Think about it, guys. Havdalah, you make Saturday night, correct? So Sunday, which is Sunday by year of Vayivoka. So therefore, you can make it Sunday, but he doesn't extend it one until Tuesday. According to other pshat, I guess the 6 and 7 hour guys, that Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday are all extensions of Shabbos. You'll have the tzaitzis, the kedusha of Shabbos. Since you have the kedusha of Shabbos, Mel, you can go ahead and make it.
What would the halacha be if you're making, like for example, this year? You forgot Havdalah by Shabbos.